welcoming to the stage your champ, Anthony Crolla. Come on, bro. Woo-hoo! Hello, people. Welcome to a live JD weigh-in. We're paying homage to Manchester's own Anthony Crolla. He's retiring. Great fighter. One of the greatest fighters, yeah, Manchester's ever seen.
Him and Ricky Hatton, definitely up there for me, man.
Might as well get straight into it, bro.
Let's go.
First things first, Grim.
My name's Grim Sickers. Welcome, Manchester. Thank you for having me.
Did you see the Canelo
I did.
fight? What do you reckon?
I did. I think Canelo's now 4-weight champion.
Yes.
And I think he's definitely the pound for pound in the world right now, after beating Kovalev.
The fight wasn't great.
It's a bit tippy-tappy.
Did you think he was always going to win, though?
I didn't. I actually had Kov 6-4 up.
That's what I did.
Did you?
I had him up as well.
But the judges didn't have Kov up.
So what's that about? Because they say about Canelo when he fights there,
They
always goes his way.
You say you got to knock out Canelo for a draw.
Why is that in boxing?
He's the cash cow.
Okay. I've seen a post talking about Canelo versus Ruiz versus Wilder, like these big guys. Do you think that can happen?
I think him and Ruiz are quite similar height.
Yes.
And can he take the power? But I think Wilder's a step too high.
Ruiz has lost a lot of weight though, and I think AJ's trimmed down a bit as well.
He's looking lean.
Yeah, he's looking very lean. He's looking concentrated.
Yeah.
Looking on it, mate. What do you say for that?
Joshua early doors.
Early doors.
Yeah, like last time, but I think he's going to knock him again and just box long and not jump in straight away and not rush it a bit.
Would you be disappointed if AJ changed his fighting style and started just boxing long? And because every fight he has, win or lose, it's been exciting.
Against Joseph Parker, he boxed long, and I think that's the way to do it. But I think he got Ruiz's number, and I do think it was a lucky punch from Ruiz.
Okay,
I honestly do.
Moving along, bro.
Yeah.
KSI versus Logan Paul.
I looked at Logan, and I thought he looked in tremendous shape. Like, he's built, he's a bit of a man. Like, since the last fight, I thought he looks a bit...
But KSI has been going at it.
He has.
He looks like he's had a great camp.
At first, I wasn't a fan, but I'm definitely sucked in.
So what? Let me ask you this. Are you a believer? When I say a believer, I mean a believer in the YouTubers coming over to boxing.
It's great. It's great exposure for our sport. I'm a big boxing fan, and there's getting a lot of coverage. And I got people like Billy Joe on the undercard. I'm a big fan of getting exposure that he needs. So, yeah, I'm definitely a believer.
KSI did say he's been getting thousands of messages with like fans saying that he got them into boxing. And I can vouch for that. That's
amazing. Yeah,
my daughter was not into boxing. I remember the last fight, we was in Florida, and we was watching the KSI Logan fight together. What's happening with Chisora now? Could he have a world title fight? Is he in the mix?
There's rumours after Joshua fights Ruiz, they're vacating the WBO, and it could be Usyk versus Chisora.
How good's Usyk?
Usyk will deal with Chisora easily.
Easily?
I reckon easily.
Welcoming to the stage your champ, Anthony Crolla. Come on, bro. Woo-hoo!
Good evening, everyone.
There you go, your champ, Anthony Crolla. Obviously, last fight on the weekend. Have you calmed down from that yet, or is it still
No,
hectic?
it's still going. So retirement's not hit me just yet because, after you have a big fight, it's normally a few weeks. You're off the gym for a few days, a week off. So I reckon sort of next week, the week after, that's when it will really hit me that, no longer a professional fighter.
And are you ready?
I love this sport so much, and it's been so good to me. It's took me to places that I never imagined it could. And I've met people, who I've looked up to from being a child of them, and I've become sort of friends with them. And it's, like I say, it's been so good to me, and I say it all the time. Boxing don't love no one back. Boxing will take from you. If you stay long enough, it takes from your health. And I believe I could stay around longer. But I've achieved everything I wanted to in this sport. Now, hopefully I can pass on knowledge to younger fighters and spend a lot of time with young amateur boxers, turn them into champions. So that's the plan.
How did you feel in the fight Saturday?
The fight Saturday? Listen, I put it out there. I'm an honest guy. I box terrible. And to be fair, I watched it back, and certainly in there on the night, there was no denying I'd certainly done enough to win, I thought, but I'd made very hard work of it.
The more the fight went on, the more you got into it.
Yes,
Found yourself a bit more.
I started so slow. Do you know what it was like?
Unusual.
Yeah, and this is in no disrespect to my opponent, but I believe if I was on form or even of a few years ago, I would have got the opponent out of there in 4 or 5 rounds. However, I sort of said after it, I'm a long career, a hard career. Maybe it's took its toll. Maybe I'm not the same fighter.
What was you thinking that in the fight?
Yeah, listen, I remember sitting down on my stool, end around 3-4, and just thinking, oh my God, this is going to be a long night.
Making it harder than it is.
That's testament to you, though. Last fight, still back against the wall, and you still dug it out and went for it, mate. That's what you've done your whole career.
Yeah, thank you. I think it's just, that was one of the positives that I did show on Saturday. My performance was character. Yep. Character was still there, having that grit. And I think it was just the mank in me. Anyone here who knows, you're from Manchester, if you've got to dig deep, you'll dig deep, and that's what I've done Saturday.
You got a few Manchester
big fans
locals here, big fans of yours.
It means a lot. Thank you for coming out, honestly.
Yeah, big up you guys, man. A good turnout today for Ants.
I think you're renowned for that, the crowd that you bring from Manchester. I mean, you've got a great home support. And there's not many boxers in Britain that's got that today as much as you bring out.
Honestly, I say it all the time. I know Ricky Hatton said something similar, but winning world titles, defending world title was like, my biggest achievement without a doubt. But my proudest achievement, nothing comes close to it, is the support.
Yeah. I want to look back over some of your favourite moments. I've asked a lot of the people out here, their favourite moment is obviously when you won the belt. Is that your favourite moment?
That and defending my world title. Yeah. I think defending my world title, being introduced into that Manchester arena as a world champion by Michael Buffer, and then walking out a world champion, and I think anyone who was there that night knows it was a very special atmosphere. So, I'd say that was probably my proudest moment.
What are you looking forward to most about the relaxing of not having to, you know what I mean? What is it?
The diet.
Yeah?
There's no diet.
Eating what you want.
Yeah, eating what I want.
What's your favourite then? Donuts? What are you looking forward to?
Do you know what? it sounds sad, but I've just been living in coffee shops since Saturday.
Having a coffee,
there's a coffee and a cake, but I don't know if anyone's got any suggestions after here where to head. Don't have to be for coffee at this time, just food in general. Yeah, I've got a sweet tooth.
Your life has been a movie. We said that.
It's a movie.
It's a movie, bro. It's a movie.
It's a movie.
Who would play you in the
movie?
Who would
play me?
Yeah. Who would you like to play you? And who do you think would play you?
Good question.
He said Ricky Hatton, this guy here.
I said Tom Cruise.
That's true. I think I'd take Tom over Ricky Hatton. Do you know what? Did everyone watch the fight? I thought Mark Wahlberg done a good job.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. A question that I want to ask is, what's it like sharing the ring with Lomachenko?
Okay.
Yes, it wasn't the greatest experience.
I thought you done long as you was in there, you done well.
Listen, it was fantastic sort of experience in the sense that he's an all-time great. And when I say an all-time great, he's up there with the best fighters that's ever lived.
What makes it different for him from the world class and the elite?
Well, I've been in, with elite fighters,
that's what I'm
saying. It was just one how hard he was to hit. Mm-hmm. He wastes very, very little. Yeah. He wastes very little. He was just a very complete fighter, so well balanced. Yeah. You made half a mistake, he punished you. Do you know, I've been in with good fighters where you can sometimes get away with things. With him, you got away with nothing.
Do you think it would have been different if that fight was in Manchester?
A few more things would have favoured me, and I would have probably given a better account of myself. However, I can't sit here and say the result would have been different.
Got a big fight coming up on the weekend.
Yes.
KSI, Logan Paul.
A lot of people are criticising it. Mm-hmm. And then there's also the argument that if just 1% of that audience then become boxing fans, then it's great for the sport. Yeah. It's mad. I remember, I was saying it just before actually to someone, in 2014, I'd done some filming with KSI, and I didn't know who he was. No, didn't know who he was, nothing like that. And I come out the gym, and there's all these school kids going crazy. Add me on this, add me on that. And so I got him, then my little brother's phoned me. He was a young teenager at the time. He says, "You just been with KSI?" And I'm like,
"Who's that?" Don't
know him. Yeah, and he sent me a point. Yeah, I've just been with him. I'm going, "Who is he?" And he's showing me these videos of opening packs on FIFA and stuff like that. And then he's saying, "Oh, what did you do for that?" And I was going, I remember KSI saying, "Oh," he says, do you need expenses? And I've gone, don't be stupid. Don't be stupid, I'm all involved and blah, blah, blah. Next thing, my brother's showing me videos of him crashing Lamborghinis, living in penthouses.
You wish you took the expenses, innit?
As long as they're prepared like professionals, then good luck to win.
They have to become pro to do this fight, right?
I think that's quite dangerous, though.
In what sense?
With the smaller gloves, no head guards for them. I don't know if it's for them. I think it's quite...
I get your point. I do get your point
One of them
there.
getting knocked out.
The world's gone that way, like, you know, with social media, with influencers, so... You don't have to accept it, but it's true. That's the way it's gone.
There is one more thing I wanted to ask. Talking about the YouTube boxing and whatnot, I'm thinking of getting involved.
Yes.
If I need a trainer, what you saying?
I'm up for the job. That's what I'm going to be now.
Cost a lot or what?
What's that? We can talk. We can talk wages. No, so I can't take them from you. That's what I'm going to get into now. Sort of the coaching. I'll do it a lot with the amateur kids. I'm not just saying it like you. You get massive satisfaction. Like I watched it the other week, a few months back, a kid, the mum and dad brought him into the boxing gym because of confidence issues, not, do you know, how he was at school, and they was worried about him, and then 4 or 5 months later, he's having his first fight. And
it's amazing.
And they're like, you won't believe it, it's just a different kid, and that's feels like a world title in itself. People don't see the amount of good boxing does, you know, they see this. And there is a horrible side to it, and you know we've seen it recently far too often, the dangers of it. But there's so many lives it helps, without a doubt.
Yeah. Okay, well, obviously we're going to take some photos, do some signing in a minute. But bro, thank you.
Thank you.
What an amazing career, Anthony Crolla. Louder.